Welcome back everybody to Master Your Glass. Once again, I have my great friend, Bobby G Gleason. Today he's gonna show us how to make a tequila-based drink of his creation called the Bluebell Daisy. Bobby, everybody loves tequila, so what do you have today for us?
You know, Livio, in our day-to-day job, it's to not only just teach about our products and how to make cocktails, but also creating cocktails. We want fresh new ways for people to enjoy the spirits, and you know, when it's warm out and you think of tequila, you want something bright and fresh. So what I like to do with cocktails is I like to bring familiar ingredients in an unexpected way.
Gotcha.
And I think this cocktail is going to do that for us. All right, so Livio, to put together this cocktail, the first thing I'd like you to do, if you could, put some ice in our cocktail glass there, because we want to get a nice chill on that glass.
Let's do it.
And then you could go ahead and put some ice in this mixing tin for me.
I can do that as well.
Now, when I say familiar ingredients in an unexpected way, that familiar ingredient this time is going to be a yellow bell pepper.
Oh, interesting.
And that's the bell in the Bluebell Daisy.
Got it.
Okay? What I'm going to do is just simply slice from the top to the bottom and take about a ½ inch slice.
Okay.
And you can see we have a little bit of that white pith on the inside, so we want to take that out. We're going to cut that out and discard that. So when we're working with hard ingredients like this, we want to cut them smaller. Now, I could certainly take this whole thing and throw it in my mixing glass and muddle that, but I wouldn't get a whole lot of flavor out of it. So we're going to go ahead and chop this up in smaller pieces so we have more surface of that flavor that we can add to our cocktail. And we'll just put all of that right into our mixing glass.
Gotcha. Very cool.
Yeah, and then we're going to go ahead and muddle that. Now, basically, there's two types of muddlers. We have muddlers with teeth on them, which would be good for this application, and we have a flat bottom muddler. Now, these with the teeth are designed for hard ingredients like this, but the flat bottom is designed for our softer ingredients, especially mint. You don't want to muddle mint with teeth because you'll tear it, and you just want to bruise it. So I'm going to go ahead and use my flat bottom muddler. Now, whenever you're muddling any kind of ingredient, you want to grasp your glass by the base to hold it steady. And think about this. Think about muddling not from the wrist, but from the elbow. Because if you hold it by the wrist, you're going to tend to do this. You pull back and you could break that glass. But if you're muddling from the elbow, it gets you up and it's just a press and a twist. And right away here, you can already smell that yellow bell pepper. It's very fragrant. And you can see we get a little bit of juice out of there and a little flavor. So that's the bell in our yellow bell pepper.
Oh yeah.
Our Bluebell Daisy, that's our bell.
Got
the blue, I'm gonna go with some nice blueberries. And they're always in season here, the summertime, but we can get great blueberries pretty much year round now with the global environment. So I would say 6 to 10. However, if they're big, nice, big, juicy
These
blueberries
seem to be
like
pretty
that,
big ones.
yeah, I'd like, and you know, it's gonna add great flavor to our cocktail. Now again, with this here now, I want to add a little lubrication so I can get the muddler to work easier and more extraction. So to do that, I'm going to add my simple syrup here.
Okay.
So I'm going to add 1 part simple syrup.
That was about an ounce.
Yeah,
30
between
milliliters?
3/4 of an ounce. Yeah. And how many mils?
30.
30. All right, there we go. And again, pressing from the elbow. We want to press on those berries, and now you can start to see that color is coming out. Combining with that simple syrup is now we're actually creating a sort of puree in our glass using our muddler.
Nice.
So now we want to bring the citrus element, and I'm going to do that with a lemon. So if you can hand me a lemon,
You got it.
I'm going to go ahead. We want to what we call clip the ends. So that gives us not only takes out any off bitter flavors, but also gives us a nice flat space to press on with our citrus press. And we cut that in half through the equator.
Got it.
We'll place that, you know, the cut side down facing the holes. I know that's a big thing, especially for you folks at home that are doing, a lot of folks want to go, oh, look, it fits in there
perfectly,
nice.
right?
That'll go right in your eye. So you want to make sure we get that facing the holes and we press that juice right into our mixing glass. Give it a nice press. We always turn it sideways, see that little bit of juice that comes out at the end there. And we're going to add the juice of 1 whole lemon. Now, generally speaking, we usually assume that a lemon gives us about 1.5 to 2 ounces of juice per lemon. But for us, you know, we're used to doing this all the time. We can eyeball this and know that we know that we're going to have enough with our glass. Now, in essence, what I did here is I created a fresh sour. I like my sour mix to be 2 parts lemon juice and 1 part simple syrup.
Okay.
For those of you at home, what you want to do is, if you're going to make an air with your fresh sour, air on the tart side.
Right.
Because if it's too tart, you can always add some more simple syrup to your cocktail.
Certainly.
It's an easy way of doing it.
Completely agree.
So I've got my base here. I've got my yellow bell pepper, my blueberries, my simple syrup, and my fresh lemon juice. Now I'm going to go ahead and add a little bit of orange liqueur, what we call triple sec.
Okay.
We are going to go with 3/4 of an ounce
Okay.
of our triple sec. And then we're going to bring in the star, the tequila.
Got it.
Now, at Beam Suntory, we have 2 major tequilas in our portfolio. We have the Hornitos, which is a lowland style tequila, which has a little bit more earthiness to it. And then the beautiful El Tesoro, which is from the highlands of, it's in and around Arandas, which is the highlands of the Jalisco state. And there the agave tend to be a little bit more floral there, and you can get some nice notes from that. And I just love El Tesoro. It is, you know, it hand crushed with a Tahona, Tahona wheel, and it's distilled right to bottle proof.
Love that.
It's amazing.
Amazing.
So I'm going to add 1.5 ounces of our tequila.
Okay.
And then we're going to go to our shake.
Okay.
So we've had our ice sitting for a while, and I'm going to go ahead and drain off any excess water that may be in there. You see that? That would have been too much dilution in our drink. And now we're going to pour from our mixing glass into our mixing tin.
Okay.
And give that a nice whack, because we want to give that nice seal.
Got it. Seals.
Now, when we're shaking a cocktail, there's several reasons why we shake it. First one, we want to get our ingredients cold. Then we want to add a little bit of dilution and some aeration. And the only way you can get that is 2 things you got to do. You got to shake it hard and shake it with a smile.
Well, that's definitely a smile, and that's definitely a hard shake, Bobby.
There we get a nice, we break our seal. And now because we have that yellow bell pepper and the blueberries, we're going to double strain this.
Okay.
So what we want to do is we're going to take what's called a fine mesh strainer.
Okay.
We have a Hawthorne strainer on top, and we're going to strain right through the Hawthorne strainer, right into our glass. Look at that beautiful color from the
It's gorgeous.
blueberries.
It's gorgeous.
And you can see where we trapped all that pulp in there from the blueberries and yellow bell pepper. And now we'll go ahead and give that a garnish. Now, a lot of different thoughts to what you can do with the garnish. Here we've used lemons, we used blueberries, we used yellow bell pepper. It's kind of hard to take a piece of yellow bell pepper and get it to sit up on the rim. The blueberries, you can drop a few in there if you like, but
Or even on a skewer. of some
sure.
sort.
Yeah, I like to bring the eye up. So this time with my lemon, I'm going to cut into the meat on the tip end. You see we're into the meat. And now what I'm going to do is I'm going to find a nice area here, and I'm going to cut halfway right to that center piece right there.
Okay.
And then I'm going to cut 1/4 inch off of there.
Got it.
And you see I left it nice and thick so it'd be firm. Now this is what we would call a wheel. Now if I was to take this wheel and I'm going to cut another wheel, you can see I cut it a little thicker than what we normally would. Now I want to cut this one in half because this is a smaller style glass. Then I put my cut on the inside of this, right in the middle. And this is what I call a half moon wheel. And we can put that right on the rim. We'll face that to the camera. And it brings the eye up and just beautiful color.
Yeah, great contrast. We've got that beautiful bright pink-ish color almost going into purple with the yellow of the lemon. It's amazing. Can I try this bad boy?
Please do. I want to see what you think.
Thank you. Thank you. Bluebell Daisy tequila.
And the aromatics coming
It's
from that
amazing.
yellow bell pepper.
The yellow bell pepper really
Yeah.
brings up the spice. Also the citrus, of course. And then the tequila, I mean, you could tell it's a tequila drink. The tequila is standing up in this whole...
Sure, that's what's beautiful about the El Tesoro.
Oh, lovely. Lovely. It starts as a almost margarita-ish, but then you know, 1 second in, the yellow bell pepper kind of takes over the show, along with the tartness of the blueberries. It's really, really nice and refreshing. I got to try that one more time.
It's a great cocktail. I mean, I use this cocktail a lot, and I pre-batch it a lot. And
It's
we
amazing.
serve it at events. And
You know what I like? Again, it's the bell pepper also does a really good job at subduing a lot of the tart and a lot of the sweetness. It kind of tells the sweet and the sour to take a little bit of a back seat over here on the side, because I'm over here too. And so it's adding this extra element in a traditional sour, which, as you know, sours are really cool cocktails, but I love it when we add an extra component to the sour. When we're able to make a sour and add bitter or spice or anything else to it, I always think that's money, and this is money right here. So
awesome. I'm glad you enjoy it.
All right, well, do you want to try this?
The Bluebell Daisy, absolutely. One of my favorite drinks. So cheers, everyone. Remember, when you're drinking, always drink smart.
Money.
I love it. I mean, that's just, it's really a crowd-pleasing cocktail.
Money, money. Well, if you like this episode and if you like our show, please do hit subscribe and like, and come back to Master Your Glass, where you can get more expert instruction for everyday consumption.